Okay, let's look at a fading effect that I had on my demonstration application. So at the moment the images just flick onto the page as soon as you click the button. They just come on immediately. So to introduce this fade, we'll use another global value, which I'll call fade in main image. So, and I'll set that to 128. And what I'll do is I'll use that value to control the fade. Now let's see how we set this up. So the first thing I'll do is at the start of the frame I'm going to set that value again. So what I'll do is I'll have a look here in alterable values. So doesn't necessarily need to be set here, or you can set it here actually. So if I change a global value, I'm going to set my fade in main image here. I'll set that to 128. Okay, so I've now got two values being set here at the start of the frame. I'm setting my fade in main image value to 128 and my menu paste to 0, so that hasn't changed. Now what I'm going to do here under new condition is I'm going to test that value. So I'll say compare to a global value, and the value I'm testing is this fade in main image. Now I'm going to say greater than or equal to 1. So I'm saying if this value here is greater than or equal to 1, then do something. So what is that thing that I'm going to do? Well, I'm going to do something to my object. So don't forget we're on the head page here. So we've got this. That's my large image of the terracotta head. So I'm going to say I'm actually going to produce. You can't quite see this, so I'm going to shift this around. So what I'll say here is if this value is greater than or equal to 100, so we know that, for instance, at the beginning that it's greater than or equal to 1, it's at 128. So what, and this won't make a lot of sense right now, but it will in a minute. What I'll do is I'll use this. So this is an effect, and it's it's just listed how it is, and I'm going to set semi-transparency here to a particular value. Now what value are we going to use? This value between 0 and 128. Well, we're going to actually take a value from an object, which is going to be from our kind of system value, and I'm going to choose here retrieve a global value, and of course it's this fade in main image value, which we know is begins at 128. So here we've got our main picture, which I haven't named, which is a bit stupid, which is this. That's our picture that's appearing on the page. And we say set semi-transparency to fade in main image. So what that does is it sets it to that value. Now what a value of 128 will do is it'll set it basically completely transparent, so you won't see it at all. So what we want to do then is that we want to actually steadily reduce it. So what will happen here is if I put in this onto our kind of what's called special conditions, I'd call it maybe system, we want to progressively delete a value from that object. So we could just put in, so value of 1, So what I've done here is I've put, and my condition is if fade in main image is greater than or equal to 1, then subtract 1 from fade in main image. So it will gradually, frame by frame, this runs at 50 frames a second, it will reduce that value, and as it's doing that, it's setting the semi-transparent value, the semi-transparent property of our picture, to that, which is progressively decreasing. So the effect of that is it's slowly becoming more visible. So if I click now this head button, hopefully what should happen is if I go to the Piper, he will just appear, but because we haven't done anything with him. So with the head, it should fade in like that. So that's really what. Oh dear, I've got a programming error there. Okay, I've messed this up somehow. But that's the most important thing. When I click on there, that slowly fades in, and that's produced with this. Okay.